Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon the Numero Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numero Beta for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Hey family, this is King Simon, here to tell you about Cosmic Alignment Workshop. That's right, the Cosmic Alignment Workshop in the West End of Atlanta at the Zen Bar. That's right, go to zenbar.org and get your tickets. We only have 33 seats. That's it. And then we might do a live stream. We're not sure yet, but I'm telling you, it's happening on Sunday, May the 15th, $99 early bird tickets, $155 regular tickets. I'm telling you, it's going to be Coach Helen, Ellison Nedra, and yours sincerely, King Simon, in the building, dropping numbers, spirituality, spiritual business, and all that. Remember, align yourself with all the tools to succeed with cosmic alignment using spiritual modalities. Go to www.zenbar.org. That's www.zenbar.org for more information. Get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. It's going to be off the hizzle for shizzle. Cosmic Alignment Workshop, King Simon, Coach Helen, Ellison Nedra is going to be off the hook. Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your numerovation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org. Alrighty. Ha 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 ha. What's up, my people? Are you ready? What's up? 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 Oh man, I like the party. I like a good party now. I like a good party. Yeah, y'all know I like a good party. It's your brother King Simon right here on YouTube and also on Facebook at King Simon Presents. That's right, we on Facebook also. You know how we do. We having a good time tonight. That's why I want to remind everybody, family, if you're just tuning in and you're locking in, look, you know me already. I got the rules, baby. I got the rules. I see my people on Facebook. What's up, Crystal? What's up, Golden? And the people that are popping up on Facebook, you know what it is. Tonight we're going to be talking about affordable housing. That's right, affordable housing and dealing with the homeless shelters and homeless situations. So many of us out there have gone through that before, and hey, sharing is caring. And the links that we share tonight, y'all make sure y'all take those links down. If you know people that are going through certain things and they need some affordable housing and all that kind of stuff, hey, they can hit you. My girl Shauna Paul is going to come in. Shauna Paul is going to come in and do what we got to do. Don't forget, I just want to remind people, of course, on a special Saturday, April the 16th, we're going to be having Brother Dooley and Adara Moselle. You know, Dooley is a shaman, and so is the one Adara. So we're going to be speaking about that. We're going to be speaking about, of course, plant medicine, and we're going to be speaking about, of course, tantric healing. They got a big workshop coming to Atlanta, Georgia, live and direct. So we want to make sure we talk about that. And don't forget, we got this beautiful sister, A Genesis, coming in live and direct also on the 24th. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And don't forget, Hoppy, if you are going to be in the Detroit area, it's all good. It's all good. It's all fine. It's all fly. If you want to get your live stream ticket, go to kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com right there on the bottom, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. All you have to do is go there. And don't forget, I got a big cosmic alignment workshop happening on May the 15th with these beautiful people, Ellison and Coach Helen. We're going to be there at the Zen Bar. So make sure you go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org for the Cosmic Alignment Workshop. We only have 33 seats. I think we're down to like 20, going on to 19 seats. So if you're interested, make sure you get your tickets. We're going to sell out anyway. I'm just letting you know we're going to sell out. You know, I ain't playing when I'm in Georgia, man. Woo, Lord. So we're going to have a good time. Don't forget, if you want some martial arts in your backside, that's May the 28th. Make sure you go check out this big thing happening in Brooklyn, the Health and Wellness Gathering of the Grand Masters. Yeah. And if you need some mental help through hypnosis, this sister can give you some good care, and give her a call at 800-503-1993. That's 800-503-1993. And big up to Ellison again. You know, she's doing that acoustic record breakdown and all that kind of stuff she's doing, man. So make sure you hit her up at moderndaysage.com. That's moderndaysage.com. If you're looking for any editing services, hit up Susie's. That's right, Susie's Script at 914-361-9467. That's 361-9467. And don't forget, if you're looking for health insurance, make sure you hit up Shirley at shirleystc@gmail.com. You want some consultation about health insurance? That's good. Lloyd Strayhorn, hit him up also at lloyd-strayhorn.com. That's lloyd-strayhorn.com for everything he got on that site. And if you want to take my classes, check this out, udemy.com. Just look for Numerovation and you'll get my introductory class. And if you want the full course meal, you know what it is, 8 hours straight, raw, uncut. All you have to do is text me at that number at the bottom, and I will definitely give you the details. And if you want any of my books, go to Amazon, or you go to Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. And don't forget, if you want to do a numerovation session with me, all you have to do is text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And remember, I do have a waiting list for this particular session. But if you do, family, let me start talking like I'm from Baltimore. If you do, big up to the Baltimore crew. If you do want a 10 minutes and 10-second pre-recorded session with me, read that flyer. All you have to do after you send the funds is text your name and date of birth, and then your first name and date of birth. Then we'll hook you up. All right. We will hook you up. You just have 3 questions that you can ask. All right. So we want to make sure everything is going well. All right, family. Let me get back on the screen. Woo, man. I was at the myself and Brother Rich was at the Black Wall Street New Black Wall Street Mall today. And negotiating some stuff. So we're gonna get some bid. We're gonna get some popping things. We're gonna get some things popping. You know what we do. We know what we're doing. We met with Bill Allen again. We got to see Bill Allen. We met the owner again of that whole beautiful facility. Then we met, of course, Brother Richard Jordan, whom I was introduced to, and then ran into Janine, my beautiful sister, St. Louis Collection. Got to big up Janine all the time. Beautiful sister, man. She was married to the one, the only Hashim Nzinga. And ran into Professor Griff today. Big up to Professor Griff. He's going to be doing a book signing over there, too. He got a book signing that he's going to be doing. So big up to Professor Griff, who I'm going to have on the show momentarily. Big up to my brother, Professor Griff. And before we go on, we want to make sure we got the disclaimer up again. Content disclaimer, views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views, opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And don't forget, disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. That's right. Gotta cover your backside. Mm-hmm. Gotta cover your backside. Gotta cover your backside. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that, beautiful. My guest is backstage. We're going to be pulling her up in the next 3 minutes. We'll be pulling her into this fray in the next 3 minutes. How y'all doing out there? I see my people hit me up on Facebook. I see, I see people hitting up on Facebook. Lord have mercy. And I see some few people that's coming on. Jason, what's up, man? All right. Y'all gonna learn today. All right. So topic today is how to access affordable housing and what's really happening in our shelters and with homelessness in our nation. In particular, places like New York, we know how we do. You know, we're gonna talk about that, but believe me, it's affecting many people around the world. You know, I've been homeless temporarily before, so I know what this can be like. But that was back in the 80s, you know, when I had a big old little person with a big ego. And, I just ran away from my mama, you know. I had myself living in the park for a few days. And then I realized, wait a minute, I don't have to do this. All I have to do is listen. So that's what the young people do that. You know, we try to put that stuff on our parents. We try to make sure they tell us to, I don't know if y'all seen that IG clip of this young girl was told to clean the room and she decided to pack her clothes and started dragging her bag outside the house. And by the time she got to the corner, she did not know what the hell she was going to do next. It was so funny. What a video. So big up to the parent that was saying, okay, you go on, little girl, go on, do your thing. What you going to do now? What you going to do now? You've been being taken care of all this time. What you going to do? She looked like she was like 10, 11. But she looked like she didn't want to clean up the room. And, many of us go through that. So I know what it is. All right. So it's about 1 minute before we bring on our guests. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope the family is out there. I hope y'all are doing well in multiple ways. And, we're going to have a great time. Now, I know this sister here, she just texted me. I need to send information on rates. No, you don't need to send that. When they contact you, you deal with the rates. You deal with the rates. When they email you and contact you, that's how we handle that. Because it's business too. It's also business. So, so we got mind your beeswax. You know what I'm saying? Time now, family, on the East Coast is 9 o'clock. Let me just hit this commercial break real quick, and then we'll be back with our beautiful guest. No stop, don't stop, keep it moving, and we'll be right back with her. Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your new motivation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org. Yeah, I'm back. That was quick. See how quick that was? That wasn't no problem. Without further ado, I want to bring up one of my good friends. My girl has been an advocate for shelters, homelessness, and affordable housing for many years. Believe me, because she's right there in the front row, front ground, doing what she got to do. Let's welcome right here, live and direct. Now, it's not the Shauna Paul you think. That's not the reggae artist. So I don't think I Shauna Paul. No, it's Shauna Paul. Let's welcome her right here on King Simon Presents. Let's do it. What's up,
girl? Hello. It was so great to be on your show.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I've been an advocate for homelessness and housing and just everything dealing with trying to help people for over 20 years.
Well, relax, relax, relax. You don't have to talk directly about that yet. We're gonna talk about you first, girl. Stop playing.
Mhm.
We got you.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Stay focused. I got
Right?
this. That's what I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
So, first and foremost, thank you very much for coming on the show. I've known you for some time, and you've been talking your smack for a long time, girl. And you in out. I've been to your house, and I've
Yes,
seen the in and outs of it. And,
yes,
people be on your case, but you
yes,
handle your business. And first of all,
yes.
before we move on, now if you want more information, and I got some links that she texted me, so brief links. But if you want more information, you can email her also at st.pauls sp@gmail.com. That's st.pauls at sp@gmail.com. And she also has a Facebook link. Go to at Shauna Paul at Facebook. You go, so hit her up over there too and show some love. And again, family, very important topic. Those that have gone through homelessness before, like
Yeah.
myself briefly, and many others around the world. But I'm telling you, family, some people do it because of ego. Some people are going through drug problems, some people, all kinds of problems. Some are veterans, all kinds of stuff. So you never know. I know a friend of mine just had some veterans in North Carolina. They found both of them dead from drug overdose.
Hmm.
Now I'm not going to say the friend's name, but it's happening because these things happen in the world all over, and sometimes people give up. People give up. There's a lot of rough things going on, so I understand why you would advocate for affordable housing and also shelters, but homelessness. But what about before we go down that road, Shauna Paul? Now tell the people where you're from, where your family's from, also what made you get into such a field and doing some things like that. Please, go ahead.
Okay. Well, so I just want to big up all the Guyanese people out
GT,
there.
go GT, the GT man on BD.
That's right. So, I have been, well, okay, so I grew up in Park Slope, which was then Crown Heights.
Right, Brooklyn, New York.
Um,
Everybody don't know this is worldwide now. It's Brooklyn, New York. That's right. Let them know.
I I then moved to Carroll and Franklin Avenue. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody knew Franklin Avenue
Back in
back
the
in the
day.
80s, Lincoln Place, all over
Mm-hmm.
there, Guntown, the real Guntown.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen a lot. I've
Mm.
lived to help a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen the things that people read about,
Right.
but don't really want to get into.
Mm.
Um, and really and truly, the way I got into homelessness was that it's always been something that's been a part of me. Like even when I was a little girl, walking with my mom, homeless people would come up to me and say, "Hey, miss, can you help me?" I'm like, "Wait, I'm only 7 years old. What are you talking about?" And I grew to, I started working at Dudley Products
Mm-hmm.
when uh, I was going on 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a day of beauty, and we helped a lot of women. And, when we did a follow up, those women got so inspired. They wanted to change their lives. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of them got killed,
Mm.
trying to make a change. And I promised myself when I came back to New York, this is something that I wanted to do. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help homeless individuals, people get out of these situations.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I somehow geared towards males, homeless males, uh,
Mm-hmm.
substance abuse issues, mental issues, veterans,
Mm-hmm.
seniors, homeless seniors. It really all stemmed around males. When I first started, I started with three-quarter halfway houses, three-quarter houses,
Mm-hmm.
up the chain. So I'm here now, and I'm here to share the knowledge that I wish I had when I first started, and and just what's going on now. Because I think people are like, hey, the world's about to end.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to it. There's more to it. People just don't know and just don't see, and the news doesn't really tell you the background of what's really going on.
And a lot of people don't hold on just a second, make sure everything's right. A lot of people don't realize that there's many like yourself that are doing
Yeah.
services like this around the world, and
Uh,
especially in the United States of America.
mhm.
And to really advocate for these, I've done shows for homeless people. I remember going on Randall's Island and bringing a few comedian friends to do, a free show for the Randall's Island's homelessness, because there's a lot of people. Not only is there homelessness there, a homeless facility there, but there's a mental health facility on Randall's Island also,
Mhm.
and there's a fire department and
Mhm.
fire department training
It was
over
VOA
there.
and Help USA. That was it.
Yes, right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So, you know, I know this work is not easy. And I'm
Mm.
family. I want people to understand this is not easy. And if you know people that are going through that, we're going to be sharing her website where you can contact about different rates and how to get in contact, what's going on. I got her website right now. Hold on, let me just make sure that this is the right website, because you never want to mess up. And is it Paul's or Paul? Your
It
last name.
is.
No, your
Oh,
last name. Just your
my
last name.
husband's name is Paul, but the name of the organization
Hmm.
is Saint Paul's. Paul's are all acronyms. It stands for People Achieving Unbeatable Life Successes,
Right.
Incorporated, and the website
Hmm.
is the Saint Paul's Inc.org.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I did get it. I'm just putting down Miss Paul's website. I put, that is the St. Paul Sync .org. St.
Inc.
Paul's Inc. St. Paul's Inc.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. Hold on. Let me just make sure that is. Let me say a website. Let me put that again. Let me just take off that. I don't need to put Miss Paul. Everybody know who the heck you are right now. So we're gonna stop playing.
I think all
Uh,
the people, if this is the majority of the homeless people, they've heard my name.
yeah, they've heard your name. I mean, you know some people in that field too. You know some people. I'm not gonna talk about it, but you know some people. I remember.
Oh
you
yes.
know but Again, let me make sure we put the website heavy on the screen so y'all can know, right there, family, that is the website. That's www.stpaulsinc.org. That's www.stpaulsinc.org, just so you can get some information about what's going on. As far as she lives in New York, so of course she's definitely an advocate for New York. But remember, a lot of these government places have those government places in different parts of in
Yes.
different cities, different not countries. We only know the Americas. So I know she has another website here, supportive housing, of course, in New York in particular. But you might be able to do that everywhere else. HRA dash your state's abbreviation .gov. You should be able to do that too, or call their numbers and find out. But I'm sure she can give you some help if you hit her up on her website, or you could email her at this number, at her email right here on the page here, and that we're sharing with you. So those that because we know people that are going through homelessness. I've
Mhm.
seen them all on the street. I mean, I even do a case study when I'm in New York. I always do a case study and find out their birthday, so I can know why would somebody go through their numbers. Why would somebody go down that route? And the numbers tell me a lot. So, all
It
right.
is not by choice. Not by
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah, not yeah. Sometimes not by choice. Sometimes mental illness. So a lot of stuff is going on.
Sometimes, you know what? And actually, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
Sometimes it is by choice.
yeah.
And
Some
I've
people, some
definitely,
people don't want to mess with deal with their parents. Some people don't want. Like I was just saying, I ran away from my mother. I was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But and I met doctors on the streets of New York
yeah,
City on
yeah,
46th Street, 42nd
mhm,
Street that were homeless. So
yeah.
tell us about your journey. When did you decide to get into this type of thing, to help other people?
So basically, when I came back from North Carolina
Mm-hmm.
at around 22 years old, 21,
Mm-hmm.
22, I had I became a homeowner. I
Mm-hmm.
decided I wanted to buy a house and I wanted to help people. So around 21 going on 22, I purchased a property. I purchased a brownstone in Bed-Stuy. Those houses they were giving them away, literally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And from there, I went ahead and I met up with another person who was already in the business, who kind of taught me the ropes.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
when I partnered up with that person, you know, I realized that we we share the same passion,
Mm-hmm.
but we have two different paths. The
Mm-hmm.
things that I wanted to do for my clients, he was not willing to do for them.
Mm-hmm.
The way I wanted to treat my clients and talk to them, you know, that partner was not willing to do that. So
Mm-hmm.
in all, when I first started and I partnered with him, we have 4 buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to tell people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not too late to get into this business because you can get into residences. Don't put it in your home where you live. And if you do, don't live on the same floor, you know,
Mm-hmm.
people. But you can be a business owner, you can own an organization because there's a lot of people who say, I want to help. I want to help. I want to do something, but they just don't know how to.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully in this platform, I'll be able to touch on a little bit how they can get started as well.
Mm-hmm.
And going into it, getting started, I back then HPD worked with residences, like
Mm-hmm.
halfway to 3/4 houses,
Right.
and they would come from Albany, and they would come into the home, and they would go into 2 and 3 family properties,
Mm-hmm.
and they would say, okay, look, I know you have a knack for this, but we need single adult males. This was back in early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So I dealt with single adult males.
Mm-hmm.
As a female, a young female back then, I
Mm-hmm.
ran my home and I ran it. I had about 24 males I started with
Mm-hmm.
within 4 floors.
Wow.
And this was not me, but this was the city who came and put them in.
That's right. That's right.
Um, and I had a recreational space. We had an eating area.
Right.
I had 2 offices
I
within the
remember.
building. It was a pretty
Right.
large building.
Right. Right.
And I fed my clients
Yes.
because a lot of clients that come into these residences,
Mm-hmm.
they come in with food stamps, no cooking facility, and at that time it was like 100 and some odd dollars they were getting per month. You
Mm-hmm.
can't live off 100 and something dollars in food
A
without
month.
having somewhere to cook.
That's right. That's right.
So we did a collective group effort and we collected about 30% of the food stamps and we put in the
Mm-hmm.
rest. And we
Mm-hmm.
cooked them 3 meals a day plus snacks.
Now, now,
And
now, 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 before you move on, because I know that is very interesting what you're saying, because you set this up in this house, and in certain neighborhoods, you know that a lot of neighbors fight that. A lot
yes,
of neighbors fight that, and I recognize that because I was in a neighborhood that I was living at a certain house, and they was fighting. The people on the block was fighting because I guess they came with certain elements that they didn't like,
yeah,
and you never know. And some can be predators. We got to be
yeah,
very mindful,
yeah.
So go ahead, please talk. I'm sorry.
So speaking of that, being
Yes,
predators, you're
right,
right.
right.
A lot of block associations do
Yes,
not want
block association. Right, exactly.
HPD back then put it
Hmm.
in some of the poorest neighborhoods. People who won't
Mm,
talk, people who won't fight back.
right.
Me as an owner, me as someone's daughter, someone's granddaughter,
Hmm.
someone's sister,
Hmm.
I went through every single file with a fine-tooth comb. I didn't want pedophiles up to today. We do not
Mm,
take pedophiles. We do not take rapists. We do not
mm,
take murderers.
of
We
course,
do not take anyone that has multiple personality disorder because that is a real thing.
that is a real thing.
And they can flip at any given time.
Mm,
And we make sure that we look and we read. I literally would sit in my office sometimes 18 hours a day and read through all of the files,
right,
make sure that all my clients had what they needed.
right.
So therefore, when they said, Miss Shauna, I'm lacking this, I could say, well, here's your paperwork, go and get it, or
Mm,
someone is going to take you to go get it.
mm,
I held their hand so that they wouldn't be just wandering in the community. There was no
mm,
loitering in front of our building. We
right,
had a
right.
backyard. You can
Hmm.
go back there and smoke. There was no smoking within the facility. And people say, okay, why do you let them smoke? Okay, well, some of these guys were addicts.
Yeah, yeah.
Cigarettes is what they needed. It's
Hmm.
better to smoke a cigarette than they smoke something else.
Right,
So
right.
we allowed them to smoke in the backyard, and we spoke to the community. It
Hmm.
wasn't that we did not speak to the community, and we let them know what kind of program we had.
Hmm.
Back then, the fire department and the ambulance worked hand in hand with us, and the police department
Right,
before they got sued, and then they decided, hey, we're not going to really do all things we used to do
right.
with residences. But back then, they held our hand. They would come in, they would sit with us, they would talk with our clients. They would even have meals with our
Mm.
clients.
Police officers?
Police officers?
Okay, 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 okay.
You know, King Sammy, you know I know how to cook.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yes, yes. You know, I mean, no, you know, for cook. Yes, yeah, yeah. GT. Yeah, where my tennis roll there? Where my tennis roll? We don't know all of it.
listen, the client's eating curry and everything, roti curry, everything.
Roti
Okay,
and
so
everything. Yes, man. Go on, yeah.
they were happy. They were happy. I'm going to tell you now, some of my clients used to tell me, I hate the rules here. I can't stand living in this kind of residence, but I
Food.
love the food, so I'm going to stay.
I know.
Okay, okay. You know, once you have housing, I'm fine.
Behave
Um,
yourself or you don't get food.
yeah, yeah. They hated everything else, but they loved the food. So it's like, okay,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
take
no.
the win, however I could get it.
No, but that's very good that you had rules and you had
Yes,
laws that they had to abide by.
yes.
Did they have to come in at a certain time before a certain
We
time? Did you
had
have that?
so St. Paul's started.
Hmm.
St. Paul's. I changed the name of the company when I separated from my partner in 2004.
Okay.
And St. Paul's became its own entity. It was
Mm.
for profit then, and then it became nonprofit in 2008.
Okay.
So when St. Paul's was for profit, we went by the government standards, which
Hmm.
were they had to have a curfew. There was
Hmm.
medication compliance.
Hmm.
If they relapse, there was a lot of detox centers that we could send them to detox back then. Um, we a lot of people don't know how to call the ambulance for someone who has a mental disability and probably the medication is not working or there's something going wrong.
Hmm.
So back then and even up to now, when you call the ambulance on someone with a mental disability, you
Hmm.
have to let them know this person is an EDP,
Hmm.
emotionally disturbed person,
Right.
and if they do not have weapons, you need to let them know that because that's how people get shot. Um, innocently. They because one thing a lot of people don't understand: people with mental disabilities are not always drug addicts. They
Hmm.
just have mental disabilities, and mental mental disabilities change. So it will change, and then it will kind of level off in their mid 30s.
Hmm.
So they will be compliant, and that medication will keep working when they pass 35 years old. So from the time of where the mental disability starts to show until around the age of a little after 35,
Hmm.
they have to be reevaluated and go back in the hospital every now and again to be reevaluated. And that can happen, they can do a change of meds up to 4 to 5 times
Hmm.
before they find the right combination to level that person off.
Right. Right. Right.
So a lot of people get afraid and they're like, oh my God, we saw the ambulance and we saw this and we saw that. Okay, it's a good thing that we caught it and it's a good thing that it happened here than what's happening on the streets of New York right now.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
There's a lot of mentally ill clients out there right now that the city does need to round up again.
Right.
And they are doing some crazy things.
Mm.
Now,
So wait. Are they releasing a lot of these people out of these mental facilities now?
so, okay, so
What?
going back to residents, in a
Hmm.
residence, what the residents will do, we had a certain amount of people. We cared for them 24/7.
Hmm.
There was holidays included, everything. So we always had an eye on all of our clients. If a client went missing, and curfew came, and that client was not in by curfew, we had the right to do a missing persons report at that point.
Okay.
Now the rules have changed a bit now, but we could do a missing person. So therefore, we know that there's somebody on the loose with a certain mental illness. If they do not take their medication within a certain amount of days, they can become violent, they can become disoriented. There's a number of things that can happen with that person depending on the diagnosis of the person.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what a lot of people don't understand, schizophrenia comes with different attachments. Schizophrenia, they can have a dementia with it. They can have a number of schizophrenia slash.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
you know, it's always a subtitle, and then you put on whatever it is, paranoia, whatever it is.
Hmm.
So with residences, they were a way to help the shelter system. They were a way to help the hospitals where they were becoming overloaded. We took on that those clientele, and we had staff. that would take care of them, basically probably a little more than what you do in the shelter, because
Right.
we were so small and we're hands-on, so we knew our clients, we knew their faces, we knew their files, we knew everything right
Right.
then and there.
Right.
What's happening now because of COVID?
Mm-hmm.
When COVID hit and no one knew what COVID was, they needed beds. They ran out of beds for COVID.
Mm.
Where did they find the beds? In these psychiatric hospitals, they needed the ward. So they needed the ward for COVID beds. So what did they do? They released them on the street.
Mm.
The shelters got overrun because homelessness now in the shelters are not what you think it is.
Right.
Anyone could be homeless. Anyone. It could be your mother, your grandmother, your sister. Anyone could be homeless. So they don't have to have a mental illness. They don't have to have substance abuse issues. They don't have to have any real issues except for they just can't afford their rent. That's it. This is now homeless, the new face of homelessness. But a lot of those people with mental illness were
Right.
released from the street.
Right.
Back
Right.
in Giuliani days,
Yes.
he actually rounded up. They had different people that went out, and there were crisis intervention teams, and there were different teams that went out and they rounded up people. They were taking them out of the subway. They were helping them, and they were putting them into shelters. They were putting them into housing, putting them into the hospitals, the places where they really belong,
Mm-hmm.
because you have intake shelters. So
Mm-hmm.
the way I explain intake is that it's like sorting laundry.
Mm-hmm.
Bellevue Hospital is one of those places, one of the main places. There are many different places now because of the overflow. But Bellevue was one of the main places. So it's like if I put someone
Wow.
there who has certain issues, we're going to sort them and we're going to put them over to this other shelter. We're going to put them to this hospital. We're going to put them here. We're going to put them there. But we all start in the same laundry hamper, right? Which would
Mm-hmm.
be the hospital. And
Mm-hmm.
then we put them in the designated places that they actually belong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now that everybody's out on the street, you see people slashing people in the subway. You see this guy on the N train, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Who went with
Mm-hmm.
the smoke and then he fired on people because PTSD is a real thing too. So
Mm-hmm.
you have people that are out there with mental illness and military training. So they are
Mm-hmm.
out there and they are not getting medication because they were
Right.
let in the street. And I mean, if we get into the whole politics thing, that could be a whole another
That's a
3 years.
whole other thing.
We're
Yeah.
not going to do that.
Yeah, we're not doing that. We staying focused, my dear. People that are just tuning in, we are here with our my dear friend, the one, the only Shauna Paul. Shauna Paul, not Sean Paul. Shauna Paul. You know what I'm saying? Advocate for affordable housing, homelessness, safe shelters, and I emphasize safe. And of course, you can email her at saint.pauls.sp@gmail.com. That's saint.pauls.sp@gmail.com. And the FB link, of course, is Shauna.Paul. You could hit her up over there. And don't forget that there is a website that's scrolling on the bottom, her website for more information. Make sure you support that website. And if you are in the New York area and are you might want to go to your city and do the same thing. The same thing for supportive housing, for supporting supportive housing. So please, please, please hit up that particular website, that .gov website. And Shauna, like I said, I've been over to your place before, and I seen what you were doing. And I was taken aback because seeing that it was a lot of men, and a lot of men are going through it. Very
Yeah.
men, and they seem to treat the brothers and men in general different than they treat the sisters. Or is am I saying, is that right? Or has it changed now? It's gotten worse for sisters
Um,
also.
okay, so here's what a lot of people don't know. You can walk into a men's shelter and walk
Mhm.
around by yourself, right?
And
You walk
say
into
that again. Repeat that
you
last
can
part.
walk in, you can walk into a men's shelter
Hmm.
and basically walk around by yourself and be okay.
Okay.
You walk into a women's shelter, it's a lot more dangerous. A lot
Really?
more dangerous. It is. It is. Believe it or not, the females are more dangerous. But
What? Wait,
yeah,
wait, 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 wait.
yeah,
Rewind and come again. You're Guyanese, so you know the music.
yeah, yeah,
Rewind and
yeah,
come again.
yes,
They're more dangerous now.
they were
Look,
more dangerous.
I used to run nightclubs, and I remember.
Yeah.
The cleaning guy is telling me that the bathroom was much dirtier than the men's bathroom. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, whoa.
Yeah.
So tell me, why are you saying that the women's shelter could be much more dangerous? Please explain that.
I mean, I'm a woman, and I
Yes,
put
I
it this way: we have a lot of walls up, so do men. But
right.
I mean, I can't. I mean, I think that women internalize things a lot different than men.
Of course it is.
Some
Okay.
of them do. Don't get me wrong. Women, please don't hate me. But I'm just
No, it's
telling
right.
you the facts.
We think differently. Come on, let's be real.
Right.
We do
I'm
think.
just telling you the facts. Like
Hmm.
when you walk into a women's facility, you need a guard to walk around with you. You need someone to walk around with you. You can't just walk around and say, okay, I'm going to room so and so to interview so and so client.
Right.
You need someone there.
Hmm.
Um, women,
I mean,
I
what have you heard? Because you've been handling men. And what have you heard?
no, I've actually dealt with women.
Okay.
I actually
Okay.
tried to deal with a female resident,
Hmm.
and believe it or not, I opened a senior female residence, and if I could sell Grandma's Going Wild and make money, I surely would have.
Grandma's going. What are you talking about? Grandma going wild. What the
The
hell?
the fighting every day, the cursing and the emotional mood swings.
I,
Listen,
yes. Yes. Okay.
I've been working with over 20 something years. And at that point, I think I was working with, you know, residences and, shelters and homeless individuals
Hmm.
for maybe 15 years at that point. I started doing great with the
Hmm.
women. So, I mean, but I'm just going to tell you now, everyone has their own niche. Everyone has their own, gift and talent for working with different individuals. My gift was with working with the males.
Yes.
We respected each other. I knew how to treat them. They knew how to treat me. And we got along great.
Hmm.
Now I have a girlfriend in Pennsylvania who does have a women's facility, and she does better with the females than she does with the males.
Hmm.
I have helped her to get clientele
Hmm.
on multiple occasions, and she loves it. She loves dealing with the females.
Okay.
I just don't have that. I just don't have it.
Hmm. Okay.
So I will tell you, there are different people who do different things, and
Hmm.
they have different populations that they are great at. So I won't
Okay.
tell you that all females are bad, because they're not. They're not.
Okay.
You have
Okay.
some wonderful women who are really trying to make a comeback. That's where you have the different kinds of shelters and housing, because you have domestic violence
Hmm.
shelters,
Right.
you have supportive housing. Supportive housing, it kind of falls under um, affordable housing a little bit in some cases, because you have two different kinds of supportive housing. You have the
Hmm.
congregate
Hmm.
supportive housing, and then you have
Okay.
the scatter site housing, right?
Hmm.
So when you look at supportive housing, it's almost along certain ones are almost along the same lines of 30% of your income, and this is what is geared to with supportive counseling and social workers and social services on site.
Mm, okay.
Now, affordable housing, we take out the attachment of social services, right?
Okay. Hmm.
Because that work is not what is needed.
Hmm.
But like I said, you have so many different. You have single adult shelters. You
Right.
have residences, recovery houses, halfway houses, three-quarter houses,
Mm,
transitional houses.
mm,
You know, there are many different kinds,
mhm.
but it all goes down to the fact of, let's just put it this way. In New York City,
Mhm.
housing is super scarce.
Okay, hold on. Stick a pin. I got a hard break that I have to take right now. Once again, family, those that are just tuning in, we're going to come back. If you have any questions, please write your questions. Write your questions in the chat, and we will read them off. I know I see some questions coming up even via text. People are texting me questions. So big up to also my co-host who couldn't make it in, Sensei Shirley. She wanted to make it in, but she couldn't make it in. But we do have the one, the only Shauna Paul in the building. Shauna Paul, not Sean Paul. Shauna Paul. They're not even related. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
They might be. You never know. But she is an advocate for affordable housing, housing and homelessness, and of course, safe shelters. And remember, her email is saint.pauls.fr shauna.sp@gmail.com. And her FB link is, of course, Shauna Paul, Shauna.Paul. And don't forget her website. This is her website right here, www.thestpaulsinc.org. The St. paulsinc.org. We'll be right back after this. Don't touch that dial, family. We'll be right back. Only taking a minute and we'll be right here. Okay? Peace. Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon, the numeral beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the numeral ovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your New Motivation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org. Yeah, baby, we are back. I'm going to bring my sister back. Just want to remind y'all, you know what it is. Whoop, whoop. Lord of mercy. That's right. I live in Georgia now. So, you know, we got a big workshop coming up. We got a big workshop. I want to remind everybody we got this big workshop coming up on May the 15th. Myself, Ellison Nedra, and Coach Helen, who deals with spiritual business, but she owns the Zen Bar. And we're going to be dropping that knowledge, dropping that information. Make sure you go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org. And don't forget, this coming Saturday, we have Brother Dooley Adara Moselle, and we're going to be talking about the retreat that they got coming up. You know, both of them are shamans, both of them are into tantric healing, so we're going to be doing what we got to do. And of course, we got this beautiful sister Genesis coming right here at King Simon Presents right here on King Simon Presents. Of course, we welcome back the one, the only is Shauna Paul in the building. Lot of mercy, lot of mercy. Yeah. My guy and his sister in the building.
Exactly.
You know, and her birthday just passed. Happy belated, darling. Happy belated.
Surely did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Your son's birthday, your mama birthday, everybody birthday passed.
Your son's birthday, right?
A whole bunch of Aries in that house. Y'all burning up the place.
Listen, nobody told me the first birthday party would be so hard. It is.
I know. Ain't that? Oh yeah, your first son's birthday. He's born the 7th, right? He's born the 7th. Yes. Happy birthday to him. And your mother's the 6th, right? That's right.
And
and you're the 4th. The 4th, the 6th. Anybody on the 5th? Anybody between that? Nobody eating that up?
My father's the 8th.
Your father's the 8th. Whoa, get that around the block, daddy. Yes, Lord have mercy, daddy. Boy, daddy. And mommy. So, getting back, family, just want to remind everybody, of course, the show topic is how to access affordable housing and what's really happening in our shelters and with homeless in our nation. Now, somebody asked a question. Matter of fact, my co-host asked, what are the steps to making sure that an applicant gets a call back for affordable housing? How does that work?
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead, please.
To answer that question, you have to know the real deal.
Okay. What's the real deal?
Okay, so I deal with a lot of investors. I deal with a lot of developers. I deal with a lot of different people that actually build these buildings for affordable housing. Now, a lot of them do it for the 421A tax abatement incentive, and they want to hold on to the properties because once they get these properties through whatever means they're going by and they get certain loans, they only really need to fill 30% of the building to keep it going. They really don't need to fill the other 70%. So that's one thing people need to understand. Another thing people need to understand, affordable housing is not really affordable for most people. So, like I was telling King Simon before, and this is through someone that I know, and then I did a little research, and he was telling me that when you have a neighborhood I don't know if most people realize sometimes that their zip code
Yeah.
extends into another zip code that used
Yeah.
to be a different area. So,
Yes.
right. So you can have a zip code that probably was East New York or
Yeah.
Crown Heights right
Hmm.
next to it.
Right.
Depending on the demographics of
Hmm.
people coming with a certain income, and if there is not enough apartments in that neighborhood, they will
Hmm.
now extend the zip code to move it over a little bit to make Crown Heights just a little bit bigger
Hmm.
because that's the need. And the people have the money to pay it. Now, what they're paying is not what you can pay. So therefore, when we get down to affordable housing,
Hmm.
um, they're basically making it on the demographics of the people who have the need, who are now moving to these different communities. And there's a mathematical formula that
Hmm.
will now determine what the income, range will be.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when you look at these buildings as being built, and you say, okay, I'm coming in and I want to get a building in Dumbo, or I want to get a building in Flatbush, or wherever it is, they're going based off of this new demographic that is coming in that now can pay a certain amount of rent.
Hmm.
So are there a few apartments that are pretty cheap? Yeah, of course. It has to be. It's the only way they're going to get the loan and the abatement, right? So, but the majority of them are going to be a little bit more expensive. And there's only going to be about two or three. There's only going to probably be five within this particular building.
Hmm.
Um, moving moving the zip codes and moving that out, you now make the poor a lot more poor, hence
Hmm.
going shelter overflowing, right? Because
Right.
you
Right.
now landlords can increase the rent because rent stabilization is now gone, right?
Right. Right.
And most people cannot afford that increase every year or whenever they're doing it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So winning the housing lottery, which I believe that we have the website there,
Right.
NYC Housing Connect 2.0, not the old one, but 2.0. You're
Hmm.
looking at the link. uh, you're looking at the rates that
Hmm.
the city HPD is now paying per zip. Okay, and another thing, HPD, there's a letter, and it
Hmm.
goes out to most people who do housing, and most real estate people who do housing with people from the shelter.
Hmm.
Um, a one bedroom that the city is paying is 1945,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So a two bedroom is 2217, and that's with utilities. Without
Hmm.
it, 1814.
Hmm.
Two bedroom, 1848. And I can go on and on and on and tell you
Right.
the three and the four and the five and six, but I'm just
Right.
gonna leave you with that information. So if the city is paying 1945, right? And let's say that the client said, I really want this because the city's gonna pay it. So I could probably go 23,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
You're already, as a regular person, just one person trying to make ends meet, you're already kind of beat out, you know? So the housing lottery, to answer your question,
Hmm.
how you how to win, basically how to get in, how to get it,
Right. Right.
you can keep on applying. There's the what I understand is
You said you
that
got to keep on applying.
you should keep on applying even though you get rejected. You
Okay.
just
Okay.
apply somewhere else. Just I mean, sometimes people want to live next to a certain subway or a certain
Right.
bus,
Of course. Right. Right.
just a certain area.
For convenience. Yeah. For convenience. Of course.
Right.
Right.
You might just have to apply somewhere else.
Okay.
But when it goes to affordable housing, there's only a certain amount of apartments, and the website I gave, NYC Housing Connect 2.0, gives you
NYC.
the list
Say,
of what apartments are available right
say that
now.
again. Say that again. NYC
It's
housing.
NYC Housing Connect 2.0. They just Google it
Connect.
and it'll direct them into the portal, and they'll see what apartments and what's available at this particular
That's a
moment.
.com or a .org. What is it?
No, once they Google it in a search
Okay.
engine,
Just
it'll
Google that.
come up.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
a few things that will come up.
Okay.
So just search for what you need, and normally you'll see what you need because some of the sites go down every now and again, and then it'll come
Hmm.
back up.
Okay.
But all I have to say is that the mayor said that he's trying to make it a little easier to get into these affordable housing buildings.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of paperwork. Just make sure you have everything.
Right.
I would say one of the strategies is that if you're applying and let's say maybe you have a boyfriend or well, not a husband, but if you have a boyfriend that's going to move in with you and you know that you want to pay a certain amount of money, if you can only afford like maybe $1,400 and you see the income, it's the AMI, right? Area medium income percentage, and you know this is what you can pay, then you need to look in that area. Now they may bump you and say, hey, can you pay $200 more, 1,600, and maybe you can, be added to this list. If you can't, don't, because you just can't afford it. But I would say at that point, just apply by yourself. Make sure you have all your paperwork. If you happen to need to bring that person in, then you bring them in. But after you get the apartment, if you get the call back that you won the lotto, then you can add that person on your lease, and it not really affect anything. But you add them on the following year, and that shouldn't affect anything. Now, do I know a way of winning the lotto? No.
Oh, you ain't got no hookups. You ain't got no hookups. You ain't got no guest list for this thing. What?
Listen. What I'm going to tell people, you go buy yourself some property and you rent out the apartments. You rent the rooms. You do that and you make the money. And then go and buy whatever you want. Because one thing about, this is the worst thing to say about this business. It will be a business that will always be there and it will always do well, because in the hardest of times, there's always going to be a need for housing.
Of course.
In the best of times, there's always going to be a need for housing, right? So when you become an owner, you're always going to be on top of the market. You're always going to be on top of the game because you have what people need.
Right.
So I really tell people, and I mean, really and truly, King Simon, I want to be on here to encourage people.
Of course.
To become owners. You need housing right now. And I'm not taking that away from the person who asked the question.
Right.
I'm just saying that housing is scarce everywhere. It is scarce everywhere. And the best thing to do, which I would tell people, because I've done it for other people, is speak to the developer as they are developing the building.
Right.
Because as I told you before, they only need 30% of the building to be occupied. They do not need the other 70% to be occupied. So I would talk to them and I would say, listen, and then also this is where some of your politicians can be helpful. You can talk to the politicians in your area and say, well, listen, I've applied. I keep on getting a rejection, or I've gotten a rejection letter, and I know for a fact I qualify. I know that I've done everything that I'm supposed to do.
Right.
And I know for a fact that there are multiple units that are still available in this building. Can you help me? Because before affordable housing can even go up, they have to get approval from the community board. They have to get it from your local politicians.
But no. Hold on one second before we move on. Now, you said community board, and I have to impact that, because is it important for us to join these type of boards so we can have that access?
Yes. A lot of people see these big buildings going up. Like I have one going up back in my house, right? A lot of people see these big buildings going up, and they're like, oh, God.
It had to be approved. Right.
They had to do it with the community board approval.
Of course.
So the thing about it, we don't go to the meetings, so we don't know what's going on. So therefore, we don't have a say-so in what goes where and where it goes and how it affects the community, right? Because honestly, I know most of the community board leaders. I know most of the people. Unfortunately, the building that is going up in back of my home, I was pregnant. I was back and forth in the hospital. I could not really get involved, but I did get notices and I did voice my opinion.
And you don't have an assistant yourself? You don't have nobody to work with you and help you and all that
during
stuff?
COVID? No.
I mean, I'm not during COVID, but family that could have stepped in and watched that.
No, definitely. We have a team of people. So when people call, And let's say they want to open a shelter or they want to open a residence or they want to open something, we are there, we can help. And we will navigate you through the system and navigate you through the RFPs and all the different things, the requests for proposals and different things that you need to get started. Because don't just think, I have a house and I'm just gonna open up a residence. Yeah, well, you're gonna open the door for Department of Buildings quite a bit, you know. So please do not do that.
Right.
Um, Another
Uh,
thing,
before you move on, I just want to make sure people are reminded. Make sure, family, make sure you take the time out and like, thumb up, and share this broadcast. Remember, sharing is caring, and it builds the algorithm, and it's educational. So, especially for those who might be going through the homelessness situation, and it's not just for New York City, although that's where she resides, but it's also being informed wherever you are, all over the world, wherever you are, because I know I get people from all over the place when I look at the analytics and different places. So again, this is our dear friend Shauna Paul. We'll have her on again. We're definitely gonna have Shauna Paul back on. We only got like another 15 minutes with her. And remember, she is an advocate for affordable housing and homelessness and safe shelters. And you can email her at that email right there. That's saint.pauls.sp@gmail.com. And of course, she got a Facebook link right there also. And again, her website is scrolling on the bottom there. That's the Saint Paul's Inc.org, the St. Paul's Inc.org. Very important because information is important, but information needs to be applied when you get the information. Stop playing with information if you're not going to apply it, because that's what it's all about. We always say information is power, information is power. Then if you not apply it, you not see the power. You see the power. If you apply the information, that's when power comes. All right? Stop playing.
and
Go ahead,
also,
Bill.
I'm going to talk to those people that are in foreclosure, right?
Yes.
That are going through foreclosure court. A
Okay.
lot of people have rooms and they have apartments that are there and they are vacant.
Mm-hmm.
NYCHA has a program that will help you to renovate your property, and you can go ahead and you can start taking some of these 1945 rent incomes. So, I mean, I just want to basically put it this way: if you some, I
Wait,
mean,
wait a
I
minute. You just said something. Come on, we go rewind and come again because you talk fast like you're from Guyana for real. So
well,
we
you only
need
only
you
have
to
15
slow it.
minutes.
You talk like you're a soca artist. So please stop the chip and let's do this right. Let's chip it down the
Okay.
road. Let's chip up down the road. Let's chip down the
Yes.
road slowly. Let me chip in.
Yes.
Come on, well, I'm more than you, and we're chipping up the road. Let's all right. Oh God, oh God, oh God. I chip in. Um,
So, so listen,
yes.
NYCHA,
Now what?
NYCHA,
Now I want to introduce this to my mother because she has a house and she needs to renovate a basement. Is that
yes,
possible for something like
yes.
this?
There used to be
Oh,
a program called Jiggets back in the day
okay, okay.
that you can rent your basement, and Jiggets was the program that you would put there.
Mm, mm,
When people went to court with Jiggets, Jiggets backed out and said, "Hey, this is illegal. We're not going to do it." So the city came up with a different program now that you can rent your basement legally,
mm.
and it is not illegal to rent your basement. Just make sure you go through the proper
Of
steps.
course, protocols.
With you can call HUD, you
Hmm.
can call oh gosh
They can email you when you're ready.
yes, email me as well,
Right.
and
Mm-hmm.
you can rent your basement, and it is legal. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
those people who go to court and say, I don't have income, I don't have enough income to qualify for my modification.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, if you have rooms and you don't live on that floor, sometimes you may have to move downstairs and rent the part
Mm-hmm.
that is renovated,
Right.
just so that you can get out of a foreclosure.
Mm-hmm.
You have enough income, because if you think about it, if you have a two-bedroom up there and you say, okay, I'm doing 2217,
Right.
you didn't hear from me, but housing is so scarce. Sometimes these social workers may put someone in a room for probably 17 and change. So if you
Mm-hmm.
have three rooms and you're getting 17 or 15 and change, first of all, one room is going for, I think it's like 1400 and change.
Wow.
Sometimes you can just ask for a little more because you're paying the utilities on this room. So if you have three rooms and you're going, your mortgage might be 3,000. You have three rooms. Did you not just cover your mortgage?
That's
Do
right.
you not qualify for your modification at this point?
That's right.
Can you not afford your house
That's
and
right.
continue to pay your bills? You know, you have 4 rooms, you have utilities and your insurance and everything paid at that point, if it's
Mm,
not included within the mortgage, water bill
mm,
and everything. So don't be afraid to take some of these people, these programs. Just make sure that when you do talk to a social worker or you do want to do it, you can call a shelter and say, "Well, I have housing.
mm,
This is what I want to do. I do not want a key term. I do not want a long-term stayer. I
mm.
want someone who has been working for a certain
Yes.
amount of years that does not have mental illness, and if they do, high functioning mental illness. Very important.
Mm.
Long-term stayers are people who hop around the shelter and they don't want to be housed.
Right, 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 right.
They need housing. So most likely they're not going to want to come to your housing as nice as it may be. They just want the freebies in the shelter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important that you can do this to help yourself. Even people who are lost their job, going through financial problems. You know, don't be afraid to rent these rooms and you go in, you interview the person yourself.
Right.
Don't just let the shelter send you someone because they're going to send you the problem people.
Mm.
So you want to go in and talk to the people. If you need to do 3 interviews before you decide who you want, do that. You are well within your rights to do that. People who would like to open up residences, or maybe you are a social worker, you don't know how to get started and open in a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Please call me, contact us. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we will definitely walk you through the steps. We have people that can actually write the proposals and submit them and get you through the proper steps, mocks in different places that you need to go in order for you to be a contractor with the city to qualify to become a shelter owner operator. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one thing about the city right now, they are
Mm-hmm.
not looking to open a lot more shelters at this point. They're
Mm-hmm.
looking to open affordable housing, and they're looking to open um, basically just smaller residences.
Now this
So
this is your website right here, right?
that is my website. That is my website.
Very beautiful website. Look at it. Handing keys to you. Lord have mercy.
Exactly.
Y'all go get some
Exactly.
keys when you're ready.
Exactly.
Uh, uh, and,
Exactly.
and they got a whole photo gallery going on here. Look at this, family. Look at
Yes.
that. Look at that.
And,
Oh, you got
and
children. Oh, this is so nice. Look at
and
that.
also people who are looking that are out of state. I just want to let you know, St. Paul's is a nationwide organization. So I will
Mm.
be in Miami, Florida next month,
Oh,
looking to open some residences out there.
okay.
So I
Okay. I
just
might,
want
I
to let
might meet
you
you
know.
out there, girl. What's up? Maybe we can link up. Hey,
You better
hey,
come along. You better
yes.
come along.
I need to
You
see
know?
this. I need to learn, girl. Stop playing.
Exactly. Exactly. And I just want to let people know, if you're doing it for the money, you're gonna get hurt.
Yes, of course.
It's a great paycheck,
Yeah.
if you do it right.
It's
But
residual. It's residual stuff. It's
it's a lot of
extra.
work.
That's
It's a
all.
lot of work. Don't
Yeah.
think that this is an easy business. That's why a lot of people are not in
Mhm.
it.
Right.
And don't abuse the system. Don't abuse these people. A lot of people have
Exactly.
been abused already. So I will tell people, if you are just trying to make a paycheck, I can't work with you,
Yeah.
because
Don't try to play.
you could
Right.
get killed or worse, and you can hurt other people.
That's
So,
right.
because you will need a staff to work with you and for you. And if
Hmm.
you're not doing the right things or going about it the right way, you can really and truly hurt people. So
Mm.
if you're serious about it and you have the time and energy and you're not afraid of doing this kind of business,
Hmm.
then I will tell you, I will work with you day and night, and I will
Mm.
help you and I will get you started and tell you how to. And we write our own documents and our own forms. So we will get each and every client, because I'm also an entitlement specialist. So I do the HRA, I do Social Security disability
Hmm.
benefits, I do food stamps,
Hmm.
one-shot deals. If
Hmm.
our just want to be very careful on that. Our
Of course.
community is only open one day a month for
Mm.
only a certain amount of cases. If that's
Hmm.
the case, we will do that, because that is a lot of work.
Right. Right.
And we will help you to get started on this process. But I just want to let viewers and listeners out there,
Yes, that was.
it's
I mean,
nothing new.
Sean, Shauna, that was good. You did a very good job. I got to give you a round of applause. And like you've been on doing interviews before. You've done interviews before, right? You've done
I
interviews.
just interview the clients. That's it. I just
You
interview the clients.
never been on live or doing like
No,
this? Oh,
no.
hey, I done broke it. That's what I'm talking about. I done had these
Thank
cherries
you.
be breaking out here. I'm loving it.
Thank you. Well,
I'm the
listen,
one. I've
you
done it
need to
before
have
many
me back
times.
on again so I can give them a breakdown and show them
Hmm.
the few steps that they need to take in order to do this.
Well, no, let them contact you, darling. We got things to do, but we'll come back with some testimonials. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens. I like testimonials, and we'll make it happen. See if we can get them online and all that, because this is very important information. Once again, that's her website. I just showed you the website. Of course, the St. Paul's Inc.org. Very beautiful website. Contact, of course, this is her email. You see all of her email is right here, saint.pauls.sp@gmail.com. She have a Gmail. Very exciting. Very exciting. Everybody has a Gmail.
Yeah.
I met somebody with a Juno. I'm like, you still got Juno? I'm like,
I haven't heard
hey,
that in a long time.
that's the original email. No, I'm joking. But
Right.
I'm just saying. But Shauna, I want to thank you so much. It's now like 4 minutes before the top of the hour. You rocked it for this whole hour, and
Thank
I
you.
just want to make sure people support and show love. You and I, we known each other. We've hung out back in the day. So
Yes.
while I was in there, we love movies, so you know how that go. But
And the music. And the music.
and the music. That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
And give your boy a big old hug for me, and send my love and greetings to him and
Okay.
your whole family. And we're gonna talk after before we when I get off, and then I want to make sure anything you want to say to the people about
Yes.
when they
Yes.
contact you. What you want to hear? What you want to say?
I do want to tell them this. If you do have apartments and you have buildings available, and maybe you want our organization to come in and rent your entire building, if you're an investor, developer, and you want
Hmm.
to work with our organization, please just send me the schematics, send me the layout, send me everything.
Hmm.
If you are a homeowner and this is what you want to do, send me a little video
Right.
and keep it very short. Show me what you're working with, and
Right.
I will get back in contact with you. And I will definitely fill your rooms if you need me to help you do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you contact my I'll connect you with my mother and my sister in New York, because
Yes,
we definitely have a house. It's already paid for. It's ours, but
yes,
she really don't have to do it. But she likes the extra stuff. My mother,
yeah. I
and
mean, and
I
definitely,
just want to make sure she's an elder, so I don't want anybody coming in, and I don't have to come
there's a
down
lot
and
of elderly
take
people that
anybody
are
out.
homeless.
That's just not me. I don't feel like doing that.
Now, let me tell you, there are a lot of seniors that are homeless that are beautiful people.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of them, and they come in with a home attendant. Some of them,
right, right, right.
and your mom doesn't have to do very much. It's really the home attendant that will be seeing them and their social worker.
Right, but I have cameras all over the place, making sure we're watching the alarm and security measures and all that. Neighbors also look out for them. Also look out for, but my sister's also there. My sons are visiting her a lot, making sure that she's all right. So, she's 80 something years old. Want to make sure she all right and do what she got. But
Yeah,
I'm
get in.
thankful to you, sister. Thankful for what you're
Anytime,
doing.
anytime. I love you.
I love you too.
Yes.
Or a
And you
Guyanese
guys
hug
really
and
miss
kiss.
in Florida. I
Yeah,
hope you come to
you just
Florida
let me
with
know
me.
when you're going down, because then I can
I
set
will.
my calendar what's going on, because I do
Yeah,
I got calendar dates going on. I got a lot of events coming up too, so I make sure I'm
yeah.
on point. All right,
I'm gonna
beautiful.
be. Yeah, I'll be out there looking at properties and seeing what I can do with residences.
All right, well, let me know. You might need security. Security.
Security. Okay, bring your flashlight, okay? Because we don't have no weapons on the plane.
Well, I don't travel by plane, so I'll be able to get wherever I gotta go.
Excuse me.
I'm
Excuse
in,
me.
I'm in Georgia. I'm not too far. Just whoop,
You're not. You're not.
anyway, depending.
You're
All
not.
right, all right. So beautiful. Thank you very much. Give her a round of applause
Mhm.
to one Shauna Paul, not Sean Paul. Shauna Paul, Shauna Paul. All right, beautiful. We'll talk later. All right, all right,
Love you.
all right.
Bye.
Peace. Bye bye. Yeah, that's my girl, Aries Spirit. Another Aries Spirit. Yeah, man, she did a great job, man. Yeah, man, she did a great job. Thank y'all all for passing through. Wow. Man, and this is the first time actually doing an interview. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. And And again, the homeless situation is very important. Again, hit her up on email. Be serious. You got to be serious. Don't try to rap to her and all that. She got a man at home. Please stop playing. Got a man and a child at home, So she ain't going for it. And he does like the contracting. Her man does contracting and all that kind of stuff and painting. So she got somebody there. So if you're serious, hit her up via email. That's, of course, saint.pauls.sp@gmail.com. That's saint.pauls.sp@gmail.com. And don't forget her website. I showed it to you. I already cut it off, but that's www.thesaintpaulsinc.org. That's the saintpaulsinc.org. She's very serious about what she do. She's born under that number 4 energy, so she keeps everything legal on the up and up. She keeps things focused, structured, disciplined, mild mannered, but she's serious about what she do now. I know she ain't. I know her for years now. I know her for years. So she's serious about what she does. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her journey. And I try to introduce new people to y'all all the time that are doing great things in our community. And that's what I believe in doing. I might not I'll put a few celebrities on and off. I got Professor Smalls coming up. I got A Genesis coming in. And, I got Dooley and Adara coming in. But these are all new people. And remember, new people, when you have new people in your corner, it's good to show them love. Because I remember being a new artist. I remember being a new radio personality and somebody giving me a chance. Somebody gave me a chance. That's why I found my voice. Like I used to say, like I said in this book, no promotion is bad promotion. I used to be afraid of this microphone. And I said it on my IG recently. I used to be afraid of this microphone. But when I overcame this microphone, that's why I try to talk to, when I do my new motivational sessions, it's so important that even if you're doing this, let me show y'all. If you're doing this, and that's my IG, King_Simon production right here. Let me right here. That's my IG right here. That's my IG. All right. But let me show you something. Let me show y'all something about numerology and why I do it and why I do what I do and why I do it well. And you see this that I'm doing, this special that I'm doing, very important that you understand why I am doing this special, because a lot of people don't want to wait on the waiting list. My waiting list is in May, going into May. I have 8 slots in May. So I always suggest, if you want to get on the waiting list, make sure your birthday is around May, going into June or July. So if you do book a session, my waiting list is already towards the end of May right now. But this is pre-taped, pre-recorded 10 minutes and 10 seconds of numerovational guidance of your first name and birthday only. $55.55. That's all you have to do is send via Cash App or PayPal. And 3 questions I allow you to ask me within that you want me to really definitively at least touch on in those 10 minutes, so you know where you're going. And a lot of people are so about the now, and I understand that. But remember, also think about the short-term goals and the long-term goals when you're asking me this, whether it's relationship, whether it's business, when you're asking me 3 basic questions, and then when you're ready to set up the major 30-minute session with me, it's really important, because after I do this recording, I'm really on point. And sometimes I go over a few minutes and a few seconds and all that kind of stuff. But I send the recording to you via email. I record only on Wednesdays and Sundays. And then, so if somebody booked today, you will get your recording on Sunday. If you book on Sunday or Monday, you get your recording on Wednesday. That's how I do it. I don't care how many recordings I have. I set up an hour, and usually it's like 3 or 4 or 5 a day. And an hour, I set up for an hour to do straight through what I have to do, because numerovational guidance, using your numbers, and I'm so adamant. And yes, I have to charge, because it's something I do very well. And I use the principles of the metaphysics system of numerology and the principles of the motivational speaking principles and discipline, and I mold it together. That's why I say yesterday's numerology is not today's numerovation. Yesterday's numerology is not today's numerovation, because basically the name or the word numerology means the study of numbers. That's all it means. So you could, anything dealing with numbers, that's numerology. It's just people like to separate it and do what they want to do and create all kind of division with it, like everything else that so-called other people have done. But I've made sure I created New Motivation. That's why that book is written, New Motivation, because of what was going on when in these last couple years and more. And I seen it coming. That's why I created New Motivation right before, I think 2 or 3 years before the quote unquote pandemic. I created New Motivation 2 or 3 years before that. And then it was time to write the book. It was time to put it out and then really deal with it. It was New Motivation, and I didn't know what was subtitles was going to be. And it was now New Motivation for Mental Stability, because we went into 2020 strong, and that 2 + 2 = 4. And in my book, New Motivation, the mental number, one of the first primary mental numbers is the number 4, energy. And then when I seen one of my friends transition and took their life, born on the 13th, and I seen my other friend take his life at born on the 13th, again, both two people that never met each other. One living in Canada, the other one living in Brooklyn or living in Connecticut. No, both of them born on the 13th, connected to that number 4. And I said, man, this is getting crazy. And then when 2020 hit, I knew it was going to turn up. I watched that whole thing coming in. And that's why I wrote that book, because numerology is not psychic. It's here to study patterns, cycles, and seasons of past, present, and future. And it can give you definitive guidance that you need, like a GPS, to take you where you got to go if you're willing to go there and put in the work. Don't become a sucker and give up your life. You ain't got no time for that. If you're thinking like that, then go to suicide hotline. Go get some help. Go get somebody you could talk to. Whatever you need to do. I have it in the book too. I have all the holistic people. I have the suicide hotline in there. I got all of this. But if you know you're suffering from any type of mental health, then text me, and I can text you some emails or some websites like this, blacktherapycentral.com. blacktherapycentral.com, co-founded by Dr. Wade Nobles and other great melanated psychiatrists that can give you help from your perspective. If you're European, you know where to go. But our people, as original melanated people, need it even more now than ever. And if you're really looking for mental health, or you're looking for, I got hypnotherapy. I got hypnotherapy by Kendall Cobb. Kendall's on Facebook right now watching. You can go to this website. She did wonders and look at, you got to be in answering what she puts out there, what she gives you to answer. Make sure you are definitely definitive about what you want to work on, what you want to remove out of your life, and how you want to work on it. But you can check out Kendall also at Kendall Cobb, hypnosiswithkendallcobb.com. Good friend of mine. Her husband is a good friend of mine for many years. He's one of my teachers in disaster preparedness. And believe me, he's born under one of those mental numbers, so he had to maintain his mental stability. Believe me, there's many times I know how Todd is. That's my man. I know he wants to just go ballistic, but there's something keeping him balanced. And I believe it's Kendall, his children, and her children, and his child and their children. That's one of the things, because there's a love in Aton that keeps him going. And that's why I always respect him. I respect Kendall for what she does. I respect even the astrologers, the numerologists, anyone that's helping you to be better. That's who you should deal with and get guidance from. That's who you should deal with and get guidance from. The Lloyd Strayhorns, the Ra'akus, the cardiologists, like, of course, Aquarius Max and Nina Diamond, all these great people that are doing the great works that goes on Brother Rich show, my show, and any other shows that are out there doing what they do. So again, thank you, Shauna Paul. Give Shauna Paul a big Shauna Paul, give her a round of applause again, showing her some love. And she really, really wants to help people. And that's the real deal. I've known her for many years, and she really wants. These are some of the websites. If you're in New York, this is her website right here. Let me take that off and the scroll, and let's put it definitively on this. Boom. This is her website. She told you to Google search this, New York City Housing Connect 2.0. All right, so I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing some songs. All right. All right, let me put out the disclaimers first before I go and give out the rest of the commercials. Okay, content disclaimer: views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Disclaimer: copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Okay. Once again, family, if you want to do a new motivation session with me, text me your full name and date of birth to 347 496 1022. That's 347-496-1022. My book's on Amazon, but you can get it through Linktree. That's King Simon, the New Motivator. Don't forget, I do have a course, a full 8-hour course. And yes, it is $333, but it's 8 hours. So you divide 8 hours into 33 and you see what you're really paying for it. It's not that much at all. But of course, all you have to do is text the word course, and I'm here to help you learn how to do new motivation so you could be the new motivator in your own family's life. Also, if you want to take the introductory course on Udemy, usually it ranges from $14.99 all the way to $199, but it's a 2-hour introductory course on Udemy. If you want to go to Lloyd Strayhorn and take his sessions, do his sessions, do his classes, and get his book, go to lloyd-strayhorn.com. If you need health insurance throughout the New York tri-state area, make sure you contact one of my co-hosts, Shirley STC at gmail.com. That's Shirley STC at gmail.com. If you're an author and you're writing any books and want anybody to edit and get that other eye so you can make sure everything is clear, hit up Susie. She's a very good friend of mine for over 20 years. Susie's Script 11 at gmail.com. That's Susie's.script11 at gmail.com, or hit her up at 914-361-9467. And if you want some guidance about past life guidance, Akashic record guidance, and advisory, hit up moderndaysage.com. That's Modern Day Sage. She's one of my business partners here in Atlanta, so we'll be doing some work out here. Enough respect to her all the time. And we'll be doing the Cosmic Alignment Workshop. Make sure you go to the zenbar.org. That's the zenbar.org if you want to be a part of that Cosmic Alignment Live. I will have a chalkboard that we're going to be able to deal with. So make sure, if you can make it out, come on out. Let's have a good time at the zenbar.org and enjoy. It's going to be fun. If you could drive up or you can hang out, we more than likely going to do a live stream, but I will be posting that 2 weeks. We'll be posting that around Mother's Day, the week before Mother's Day or whatever. We definitely be posting that. So those people who wants to see the live stream is all good. But hey, we'd rather see you come on out if you can. If you're in Brooklyn, make sure the martial arts is all about the martial arts. I'm telling your family, big up to these great grandmasters who I've had a chance to meet or train with in some form of fashion, or watch them on YouTube or all that kind of stuff. Enough respect to them. My main trainer is definitely Professor Bill, GM Anthony Muhammad, and Soke Little John. Those have been my main trainers throughout my life. So big up to them. The students of Dr. Moses Powell. And if you are in Detroit and you can buy tickets to go live and see this event, please go to hoppyfilms.com. That's hoppyfilms.com. But if you do want to get the live stream tickets, go to kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. And don't forget, coming up this coming Saturday, April the 16th at 9 p.m., Brother Dooley and the one, the only Adara Moselle. They're going to be in the building for a retreat that will change your entire being. They're going to be having a retreat coming into Atlanta that's going to change your entire being. And then we have this other tantric superstar and high vibrational coach, the one, the only Genesis Samadhi. That's right. At Sunday, on Sunday, April 24th, 11 a.m. That's Sunday, April 24th, 11 a.m. Can't wait to see you. And we got some much more people coming up. I got Phil coming up. I got Professor Smalls coming in. I got Dr. MJ. We've been talking about coming up. Also, Dr. MJ, the acupuncturist that helped me many times, got her coming up. And we got more coming up. We got a lot coming up, and more new people that you need to see. I want to get Malika Ali on here. I need to see, of course, Ella Samori. Need to bring them back up here, and let's talk about it and be about it and help people as much as we can. All right. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Y'all be safe, be focused. Remember, let's close out with this prayer right now. Let's close out with this prayer of Dr. Blair's prayer. Remember, if you want to support Dr. Blair's Legacy Shop, please go to this website right here. That's the metacenter2.com. That's the metacenter2.com. Get his books, Faraday Tech, magnets, diodes, all of that is still being on sale. Brother Tony and his staff is definitely handling it well. Okay, so everybody take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Relax, relax, relax. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. I'm going to say it again one more time from a universal perspective, including everybody in this prayer. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart, know in our heart that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for your love that you've given us. Thank you, Dr. Blair. Go to his website. Go to his website. Enough respect to Dr. Blair all the time. Enough respect to him all the time. And again, family, closing out. Want to thank you once again for showing up and showing out, having a good time. Want to thank, of course, Shauna Paul for coming in and showing us how to break it down for her first time ever doing an interview. So I'm very honored that, and she's born under that number 4. That is the technological and communication number. So I'm gonna have her up again. We want to do some testimonials of anybody that contacts her and can help her out, help y'all out. So, hey, family, regardless of land, label, or language, there's but one God, like Khalid Muhammad used to say, and like Marcus Garvey used to say, up you a mighty nation, you could accomplish what you will. One love, one aim. Peace.
Hey family, this is King Simon, here to tell you about Cosmic Alignment Workshop. That's right, the Cosmic Alignment Workshop in the West End of Atlanta at the Zen Bar. That's right, go to zenbar.org and get your tickets. We only have 33 seats. That's it. And then we might do a live stream. We're not sure yet, but I'm telling you, it's happening on Sunday, May the 15th, $99 early bird tickets, $155 regular tickets. I'm telling you, it's going to be Coach Helen, Ellison Nedra, and yours sincerely, King Simon, in the building, dropping numbers, spirituality, spiritual business, and all of that. Remember, align yourself with all the tools to succeed with cosmic alignment using spiritual modalities. Go to www.zenbar.org. That's www.zenbar.org for more information. Get your tickets. It's going to be off the hizzle for shizzle. Cosmic Alignment Workshop, King Simon, Coach Helen, Ellison Nedra is going to be off the hook. www.zenbar.org. Hey family, this is King Simon. Don't forget about getting your numerovation session at 347-496-1022. And don't forget about the Cosmic Alignment Workshop on May the 15th. Go to zenbar.org. That's zenbar.org. This is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com, or Linktree at King Simon, the numeral base. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the numerovation for mental stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's
KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Go now.